Hello. It's another Monday, and I'm Austin Adamson. Welcome to Monster Mondays. This week, I'm going to be playing Rogue Legacy on the PS4. So, if you're familiar at all with Rogue Legacy, you know it's already been out for like a year on PC. But just last week, it came out on the PlayStation consoles. So that's what I'm showing here. So I've been playing for a few hours. It's cross-buy, so if you buy it on any of the Sony consoles, you get it on all of the Sony consoles. So I played it a little bit on Vita and a little bit on PS4. This is where I'm at. So at the start, you choose your heir. You get to pick from a character with a bunch of traits, some of which are important and others are just nothing. Right here, this one, the trait is the One, a Matrix reference. I don't think it has any impact on the gameplay, but I could be wrong. So you take into the account all the stats here. Dwarfism, you're smaller, you can probably get into certain areas that other players couldn't. This one, every attack is knockback. I'm also a shinobi class, so I'm fast. I deal massive damage, but no critical hits. Let's play as a shinobi. And then you get to spend any gold from your previous run here, upgrading your family lineage. So these traits will carry on between characters. So increase max up HP, or base HP, damage up, and different kind of traits for different classes. So you upgrade the knave, becomes into an assassin's class. All sorts of ways to. Shinobi, I unlocked the shinobi class. You didn't start with it. Mana up, critical hit chance, damage, equipment. We'll get into that right here. So if you'd rather spend your gold on equipment, you can do that. So you have to first find the blueprint and then pay to unlock it. And then when you're wearing it, it takes up, gives a weight status. So you can only wear so much armor unless you upgrade it. And then you can also enchant the armor with runes that you need to find. I only have one rune right now, which lets me dash this thing. And we'll talk about that guy later. So to get into the castle, you must give this man, creature, demon, all of your gold. And then a randomly generated castle appears. And your goal is just to collect as much gold, level up your family, and destroy all the bosses. But it's got, simple concept, but the difficulty is pretty high. I'm going to die a lot. I die all the time. Oh. So this, I didn't. Let's see what this trait's called. Hypochondriac. So I exaggerate. Normally, you see how much damage you're taking, but because I have the hypochondriac skill, numbers in the thousands appear. Let's see if I can kill these guys without dying. Nope. So that's the shinobi class. Actually, I didn't have the chat open, so let me switch to that, just in case someone's watching. Cool. Yeah, and it's got this cool animation where it shows you all the characters that you've killed, all the enemies stack up right next to each other with their relative size. So when you defeat some of the giant enemies, it looks pretty neat. Okay, so let's choose your heir. Right back to the title screen and right back into the game. One thing that the PlayStation 4 does is takes advantage of the light bar. So different classes are different. God, are they all the same color? No. Okay. Different classes are different colors. Or they should be. Oh yeah, these are both assassins. Okay. I'm gonna be a walking tank. The barbarian here. And I did not do so well that last run, so I can't afford anything. Alright, so if I liked the layout of that map, I could talk to this architect here, and he can lock that seed, that generation of the layout. So all the bosses, all the money will be in the same places, but he takes 40% of all the gold. So I don't want to do that because I didn't really accomplish anything. It's good to do that when you're trying to fight a boss, and you know, for the first couple times, really learn the attack behaviors. That way you don't have to just hunt for the boss, hope to find the boss, and then only to die instantly. Once you find the boss, lock it down, and then make runs just to the boss and practice your skills there. The game also uses cross-save, which is pretty cool, and works for the most part pretty well, especially if you're not, as long as you're not jumping directly to, you know, the beta version from the PlayStation 4. That was the only time I ran into issues where I lost my save at one point, because I guess the Vita didn't sync it. That's okay. Controls are pretty simple. You can map your runes to different triggers or shoulder buttons. Square is attack, X is jump, and you move. So here's a teleport system. So because I got to the next area, so this is likely the forest. So this is going to take me to the forest, and this is going to take me to the place that I'll just die instantly, the Land of Darkness. But there's always going to be some health and magic. So then you can warp between these. I'm usually not alive long enough to take advantage of that, but I'm sure some people are. So yeah, your kind of goal at an early stage here is to just get as much money as you can. Upgrade your family, because the likelihood of you going in the first generation making a lot of progress is pretty low. Let me try some magic here. Circle is magic. So in this case, my spell is throwing sword, throwing knife. So because I'm in the second area, all these can't get, are those spikes not real? No, they're real. All the enemies are going to have more health and do more damage. They're also going to drop more gold. So it's a risk-reward type scenario here. If I can just get these guys close to the... Let me do something real quick here. Mute my Chrome. Yeah. So if you haven't played this for some reason, maybe it's because you just don't like playing PC games. This is one of the really good games from last year. It plays really well on the Vita and plays great on the PS4. I would recommend it. I had a pretty good run. That's one of my better runs of the week, which is kind of sad. But now I get to select my next one. My air. Let's see. Can't tell people apart. I'm not quite sure what that means. Can't see in 3D. That one doesn't really affect you. Random muscle spasms. I don't know about that. Archmage, Paladin, and Archmage. Let's go with the Paladin. And show off what it looks like when you can't see 3D. And I'm sure there's a smart way to spend your points here. Like, I try to fill one of everything out because it unlocks critical damage up. So chances that I'm going to do critical hit, and then the amount of damage it's going to make when I do get a crit. But then I probably don't have any money for 110. Everything's like super expensive here. And I have no blueprints. So let's just go in. Right now the armor I'm wearing gives me defense boosts, but also the red chest plate is vampiric. So I get that +2 health every time I kill an enemy, or it might be a percentage. I'm not too sure. I think it's supposed to be a percentage, or it just stacks, and because there is a way to get that number to go up. So yeah, as you can see, when I turn, you don't see the side of me. Just turn into a line. That is because I can't see in 3D. My PlayStation 4 controller just started vibrating. I think that means the power is low. So if it dies, I do have another one that's charged here that I'll just swap to. Okay. Not bad. Not a bad start here. These treasure chests usually contain gold, sometimes will contain a weapon or armor blueprint. So this is one of the mini bosses, or there's a couple of them. I don't have enough magic. Yeah, not a great play there. So if you look in settings, you can force the cross save. So if you are going to plan on playing it on, putting down your controller and picking up it on the Vita, or vice versa, it's good to do a manual cross save and to read the text carefully. Okay, so this guy's gay. I don't really think that affects his performance. Got 2 Archmages and a Shinobi. Anything up close is blurry. Farsighted, okay. Let's... Your MP and IIP pools are swapped. Let's try that. And then let's see if there's anything new. What do I got? 410 gold. Let's see if I can buy another armor piece, because it would be nice to have... Yeah, like that's +7 damage. So that's useful. And then I still can't afford that. And let's see if I can... 160 is probably too low to afford anything. Nope. Alright. Let's just get back on that grind. Yep, these rogue-like games. Big emphasis on permadeath, but I like the changes to the formula that Rogue Legacy does with the kind of permanence you can with your legacy, the way you can kind of choose your next character and you're upgrading. You're not just losing everything on your death, which works for some games, like Spelunky. I like that one quite a bit. Alright, so I'm gaining magic and health for every kill. So okay, and that's right. My magic bar and my health bars are swapped because of that trait. Yeah, once you figure out the enemy patterns, attack patterns, and your own maneuverability, it becomes a lot easier. I still die all the time. I just make too many risks. Don't play it smart, don't play it safe. Doing okay. Let's see if we can get to the forest again. So they're gonna always start you in the castle at the beginning of every character. And there's like a natural progression. Like I would go to the forest next because of the enemy types and the enemy levels. Like the difficulty curve kind of pushes you towards the forest second. And then I think the tower would be next after the forest. And after that would be the darkness. Furthest I've gotten, I think I've killed the second boss on the PC version. There's a downward attack that you can kind of pogo jump on enemies if you get the timing right. Low stats, devastating critical hits. OCD, must clear house, break stuff to restore magic mana points. Chickens freak you out. Let's play that one, because that's kind of a cool trait. I mean, it's not a good trait to have, but you'll see. Let's see if I can buy another armor piece. Let's buy, those are only 200. I don't have a cowl. Is that what that is? A cape? So let's buy the boots. And then see if we can spend any more money. Nope. I doubt I have any other runes. Oh, I could have 350, of course. Everything's too expensive. Yeah, as you level up your lineage, your character level starts higher. So right now I'm at a character level, or lineage level of 19, I guess. I don't know what they call it exactly. Let's see. I always gotta remember to use my magic. I forget that a lot of times. But it's pretty useful. Especially since I've got such a big mana bar. See if we can find some chicken. Get my health up. Here we go. So here's a blueprint for another sword, which I'll then have to buy, which I won't be able to afford for a while, probably. Let's see. Yeah, just break everything. Break everything. Try not to get hit by these missiles. Zombie spawned. I didn't even get to show you what it's like to be afraid of chickens. Let's hope one of my... No. Okay. Archmage, Paladin, Paladin. Gay. Oh, here we go. This guy's afraid of chickens too, and he's gay. Okay, let's see what that sword costs. 375. Plus 4. Okay, so it does 4 more damage than my previous sword. Okay, let's see. Let's see how this guy does. I forget that I can block with the paladins too. That might be useful. So there's a lot of these kind of like hidden, almost puzzle-like rooms. And I think if I was a midget or a dwarf, I'd be able to fit in that little gray spot there and get up to the chest. There's also these. It's kind of character art, but sometimes they paint this giant painting will fight you, but I guess not this one. Nope, okay. It's just a giant purple question mark on my map still. So there's some kind of secret to that room that I'm not understanding. But this game has a lot of discovery in it. Kind of figuring out all the traits. Figuring out the enemy patterns, the different bosses. I haven't even got to a boss yet. Hopefully I can at least find the castle boss. Oh, here we go. So that's a chicken. Normally that would be just a piece of meat. But because I have got the fear of chickens, it's alive and it hurts you. Okay, let's see. Got a question from the Twitter here. Would I recommend buying Rogue Legacy? I like it a lot. It's a good single-player experience. It's got great mechanics. It's really heavily focused on the combat here, the movement. It's all really precise. It's a little challenging. Oh crap, I just messed that up. I'm in a bad spot. I don't want to be... Oh, dang. It's $15. If you kind of like these roguelike games, this is a great one. There's probably some good strategies out there if you're a little weary that'll explain how to min-max, you know, how to best spend your gold. Let's see, you remember things with extreme clarity. I think that has to do with the map. Yeah, because like a lot of this is cryptic, and if you really, you know, wanted to bypass the learning part of it, you could just look it up online. This trait is baldness. Shinobi, Miner. Let's play the Miner class. They get a bonus to gold. But they're also really weak. So the Miner class is good kind of if you... I've read or heard people who play... they'll lock down the castle. They'll find, you know, they'll get to a couple bosses or find a lot of treasure chests and then lock down the castle. So they can go back with the miner and just keep doing gold runs. There's also armor that'll give you a mining or gold collecting boost, like plus 10% for each piece you're wearing. Ouch. I should have known that was going to hurt me. I like the music, you know. I went to their, they had a panel at GDC, and they explained how this game because it was so over budget with what they had initially laid out. Like, this was supposed to be a non-randomly generated Metroidvania type game. Very linear, kind of inspired by Dark Souls. But because of their budget, they couldn't make it happen. So they scaled it back, and one of the ways they did that was through the procedural generation of these levels. Then it changed drastically. Here we go. Let's pick this big dude. Colorblind. You can always test out your... Was that knife sword there? 375. Can't afford anything. If I could just stay alive longer. So because I'm an archmage, I should use my magic. And because I'm giant, it's a double-edged sword. I don't get knocked back as easily, I think, and I've got a bigger swing. What's this guy want? For 25% of my current gold, he will let me open a chest. Since I only have 30, well, it's just nothing. I've never won that. There's all sorts of weird little mini games like that. There was a break the target type game. You got, you're shooting daggers or at targets. And the more you break, the more gold you get. Here we go. So just a room full of barrels. That's what I like to see. Easy gold. Okay. So yeah, this comes in handy being this big, because you don't even have to be as accurate with your swings. But then you're a bigger target, so you're easier to hit with a lot of the projectiles, like those. And I'm also at a disadvantage because I'm colorblind. I don't know if those are ice shooting dudes or fire shooting dudes, because they're black and white. And the easy way to tell is by the color of their cloak. Do a couple more runs here and then call it a stream. Hopefully I can get to a boss. That is one of the... Like, the difficulty curve, when you get to a boss, it just seems a lot harder than the rest of the game. Did I get enough to... Weak limbs. Enemies don't get knocked back. Hypochondriac. But the crits. It's all about the crits. At 240 gold. That's enough for... something. Nope, that's 525. Maybe one of these runes. 350. I am pretty bad at this game. Oh, right. So this magic spell lets you warp. I forgot about that. I was playing with that earlier and didn't realize what that spell was doing. What is this cloud around me? Let's see. You can view your stats here. What is that? Dementia. You see things that aren't there. Great. That's not a good one. So I'm gonna see some enemies that might not even be there. Which is fine once you identified them. I think spikes also. Or maybe these bouncing balls. Any of this could be fake. You can't trust your eyes. Like that. Not real. Good old dementia. And my hypochondriac trait doesn't let me accurately see how I'm being damaged unless I stare at my health bar. Oh, That's right. That's not useful. Not in this situation. If I could put that there. Go up. Sure. Ouch. Not good. Let's see if I can get to a boss. When you get to this point where I am... What? Vertigo. Sure, let's play that one because it's interesting. You get to this point where I'm at. Vertigo, so everything's upside down. Great. Where you're not making enough gold to make any progress. So you're kind of just not making any progress. You're just kind of almost wasting runs, but you know, I'm learning the mechanics still. It's been a while since I played it. I played it a bunch last year on PC, but and this is not going to be a good run at all. Let's just see if I can run to a boss. If I can find one. The first boss is just a giant floating eye. I didn't stand a chance. Okay, let's be a paladin. Increase my chances of surviving. 78 gold. Nope. Vertigo is not a good thing to have. Alright. Now that things are right side up. Ouch. Let's see if I can concentrate. Make some progress. So it's very maze-like, trying to find where the boss is hidden. Could be right at the beginning, could be all the way at the end. Ouch. Oh, that's not cool. Here we go. Perfect. We'll do this boss attempt and then call it. Now you won't get to see what color this boss is because I'm colorblind. Here you go. It's basically just an eyeball. So it does this. Okay, there's spikes in the corner. And then, well, at least you got to see a boss. I've killed it once or twice before. The bosses are really tricky, and now would be a time. Let's actually make another attempt at the boss here. Let's make, what do we got? 490. One of the things that costs like 375. Let's up my health. Lock down. Lock down the castle. And then give that boss fight another go with this barbarian. So now I have the map. But just earning less gold, which is fine. So I just want another attempt at that boss. And we can see it in color. Because this guy doesn't seem to have any negative traits. I think he's got 2 spells. We'll try it out when we get back to the boss. I don't want to waste any of my magic. Get as much gold as we can in the meantime. And figure out how to navigate through here better than last time. Perfect. Full health. Full magic. So those chests will already be open, which sucks, but... There we go. A red eye. So let's just use the spell on him. Let's see if we can get up here, swing, run around. It's gonna be close. Wrong way. Well, it was a good attempt. I think that's gonna do it. My controller didn't die. Thank you for watching. If you missed part of the stream, I'm gonna archive it up on YouTube. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, tweet, favorite. I'll be back next Monday for another... Well, will I be back next Monday? I'll be in Hawaii next Monday, so I'll try and get one up on YouTube, but there won't be a live stream. But I'll be back the following Monday, the 18th, for another episode of Monster Mondays.